This is Georgia 551. This is 2 weeks after the previous video, or roughly a week and a half before doomsday for big lots in Fitchburg. The guy over there, of course, as soon as I start the video, still saying 40%. So yeah, I don't know if there's going to be any real big deals to be had here, or how much more depleted everything is. So let's go inside and take a look. So this is, of course, on February 8th. This time 2025 does appear correctly. And also I decided not to kind of rush the very beginning, which I kind of did in the last video. They moved some of their furniture, mostly the ottomans, as you saw, towards the front of the store. Some of the air mattresses and other things have also been moved closer to the front. So shifting and shuffling has already begun. I know I've sat on this for a while, but I had things to get done. Unfortunately, this had to be on the back burner. Still got Christmas trees up. However, for the heck of it, I've never really been in a Ocean State job lot. Noticing this cord just hanging there. Anyway, Ocean State job lots, I've been in one once, but only with my father getting something specific, which was up front, so I never really got to see one of the stores. They still have Christmas stuff. And to be honest, I'm not all that impressed with Ocean State. And you can see their furniture, again, up front, because they're starting to move things. And a Lonely Foo Fighters album that you just saw over there. The luggage has definitely moved. It was on the shelf that was to the left. And there was a little bit of a crowd here, so it was a little hard to get around. Or I would just go to a certain point and just turn around. More Christmas stuff, definitely. So there's not much more to really say. It's just going around again, and if I bring up, or should I say find anything of interest, such as any areas that are kind of thinning out, I'll just break on in. As I mentioned, luggage was on that shelf last time. Now it's the office chairs, which were in the furniture department. And as you can see here, the emptying has begun. With all the shifting of merchandise, we finally see the empty shelves, although not 100%. And there's not much to brag about in that department. And here's where it's almost cleaned out. This is where cleaners and everything like that used to be. Just a few lonely items left, especially on this side. One seems to have been taken apart and taken. So we're heading towards the furniture department, and that has definitely thinned out, and nobody would be walking on top of each other at this point. A lot of their furniture still hasn't moved, although some of their furniture obviously did. As I said, you can get around a little bit easier now, but you can definitely see things have thinned out a bit. Quite a bit. I wonder why that sheep doesn't seem all that happy. Yes, I've been staring at that back wall a bit. That's because I still remember as a kid, that was retail space behind there. And that was kind of how I was able to determine when we were getting close to the end of the boring shopping fest that, as kids, we were dragged into. So as we come back out, you'll see there's one of those fireplace heaters, which those have definitely moved, because I didn't really see many more of them. There used to be a bunch. I think like half of them are gone. So also, you may have been wondering why I'm saying some furniture is moved, but there's been a lot of clearing in the back. Of course, as I said in the beginning, they've moved a lot of it up front, so that's why. A lot of the appliances on the left of that shelf are gone, so now it's just appliances, 10% off. Yeah, that area was vacuums. Now it's random stuff. Of course, as they start shrinking the footprint, it's going to be so haphazard. So now we're on the other side of the store, and yeah, towels are starting to look a little trashed because people pick things up and they don't bother putting things back. So, yeah, now we're back into the where they're pretty much trying to keep this area filled. So I'm gonna keep quiet and let you enjoy some more. As I'm walking by, I decide to peek through those windows. It's definitely threadbare in that part. The arts and craft supplies have definitely thinned out. A lot less there. And while we're on this side of the store, if you've seen the first video, I mentioned, do you want to bet through the rest of these videos that will come over time that up to the date of closure, the public restrooms will be closed? Do you think that'll be the case? When we get there, we will find out. Not quite as empty on that side of the stockroom. Still, ton of cheap electronics and clothes hangers. Hey, they're still out of order. Who would have known? And now we are going through the center, which was the grocery aisle, which is also becoming more of general stuff as we go along. Oh, look at those! The so-called portable air conditioners. Those are a scam. Don't ever buy one. They don't work. Unless you live in the southwest of the United States or anywhere that's really dry. They don't work. So, yeah, this is where most of the crowd is, so I'm just gonna sit back and enjoy this with you. Right here, I had to completely blot out the audio because Happy Birthday was playing. YouTube still seems to flag that for copyright, so even though it's in the public domain, as we look at the tiny cereal boxes, we could still get hit with that. And as we look at groceries as we go along, you're going to find that, one, they're still not very, the discounts are not very good. You'll also see, like that Apple Jacks box, the condition of a lot of it is not very good. And that's all we got right now. So I just wanted to bring that up. The cheap batteries are still not moving along, and we're gonna keep going through the aisles. Yeah, we turn around a lot because it's crowded. I like that guy's hoodie, though, that says, "Yes, I do have a beautiful daughter, but I have a gun, a shovel, and an alibi." That's pretty funny. Yeah, they're definitely not moving the groceries too well, being they're still 10% off. But as you have seen, and I have stopped to show it off, like here again, 4 days only, and this happened to have been one of those 4 days that an additional 10% will be taken off your entire bill. So the slightly higher priced items that you could simply find slightly cheaper at Hannaford, maybe you might break even or barely, and I mean barely, come out slightly ahead. So that's the walkthrough as we head towards the exit and come up with our conclusions. So there's still a lot of 10%, but definitely stuff's moving. You saw the empty spaces that exist.
So yeah, it's definitely emptying out. Plans are the week before closing, which is not that far away, we'll come back and then try to hit it the very last day. This is not one of those that's going to be saved, so much for that.
This is where I was going to do the normal outro, but there still seems to be a mystery as to what stores may be saved or not. There's a list showing stores that definitely aren't. Those that are being sold, which apparently might be saved. They might be saved and become something different. They might become the new big lots. There's also stores that aren't listed on the closing list that are going to be saved as well. So, is this one still up in the air? I think it is. It's listed as one that might be sold. So, who knows? George F551 saying, hope you enjoyed. Have a good one. And will this one be saved? We're going to find out at some point.